God says, "My child, the person you love deeply is in deep trouble. Their soul is caught in a storm that you cannot yet see, a storm created by lies, deceit, and forces that seek to drag them away from truth and light. Many have turned their eyes away from this reality, pretending not to see, ignoring the shadows that circle their path. Everyone except you knows the danger that surrounds them, the spiritual chains that have been placed without their consent, and the darkness that is trying to claim their life, not always in the physical sense, but in a way that touches the very essence of who they are. I see your heart, my child. I see the fear that grips you silently, the tears you hide from the world, the nights when sleep escapes you because your soul senses the peril your beloved is walking into. You have loved with purity, with devotion, with unwavering faith, and yet the burden of knowing the unseen threat has weighed heavily on your spirit. Know this, your love is not in vain. Your prayers are not unheard. The light you carry is more powerful than any darkness that seeks to consume them. Your beloved is surrounded by forces that do not wish them well, forces that are invisible to mortal eyes but real in spirit. Lies have been whispered, truths have been hidden, and they have been drawn into situations they do not fully understand. Some call it misfortune, some call it coincidence. I call it a test of faith, for you and for them. For the heart that loves purely will be tested when the world chooses to blind itself, and the soul that wanders unknowingly into shadows will be saved only by divine intervention. My child, do not let fear dominate you. This is the moment to rise above panic and anchor yourself in faith. You are being called to be a beacon, a pillar of light, and a source of unwavering prayer. Every thought of despair that enters your mind is not from me, it is the echo of the darkness that surrounds your beloved. Replace that fear with trust. Replace that despair with a steadfast belief that no shadow can withstand the radiance of my protection. The danger is real, but so is my presence. I am closer than your heartbeat, stronger than any threat, and more powerful than the lies that have ensnared them. Your prayers, whispered softly from your heart, reach my throne instantly. They create ripples of light that touch your beloved even when they cannot see, when they cannot hear, when they cannot sense the divine hand that moves unseen. You may wonder how you can save someone who does not yet realize they are in peril. The answer, my child, lies in spiritual connection. Love is not just emotion, it is energy. Faith is not just belief, it is a force that can pierce through the darkest veils. Each time you focus your thoughts on their safety, each time you speak blessings over their name, each time you forgive the unknown sins of the world, you are sending a lifeline of divine energy directly to their soul. I know your heart aches to intervene physically, to speak words of warning, to pull them out of the danger you perceive. But my child, sometimes the physical cannot heal what is broken spiritually. Sometimes words are ignored where prayers are heard. Sometimes the hand that guides invisibly is stronger than the hand that acts in haste. Trust me to lead, even if the path seems hidden. You may feel isolated in this journey. Others may not understand why you are so vigilant, why you cannot let go, why your heart trembles at unseen threats. That isolation is temporary, for those who walk in light often find themselves in solitude before the dawn of understanding. The world may turn away, but I am watching. I am intervening. I am orchestrating events that will bring clarity, protection, and ultimate restoration. Your beloved has walked into situations where the consequences of others' malice or misunderstanding have brought them dangerously close to ruin. The energy of false accusations, manipulation, and spiritual disturbance has surrounded them, causing confusion in their mind and heaviness in their spirit. They may not recognize it yet, but the truth is that their life, their reputation, and their spiritual well-being are at stake. This is not a punishment, my child. This is a test of faith, for both of you. It is a moment to see how deep your love truly runs, how strong your prayers truly are, and how much light can shine in the face of overwhelming darkness. The strength of your heart, the purity of your intentions, the persistence of your spiritual connection, these are the shields that cannot be broken by human deception. Your role is not to accuse, not to argue, not to fight, but to protect spiritually. Send your love as light. Send your forgiveness as energy. Send your prayers as shields. Every time you speak their name with blessing, you are breaking the chains that try to hold them. Every time you choose to remain calm in the face of fear, you are guiding them toward awakening. Every act of faith becomes a spark that ignites their inner compass, reminding them of the truth that lies beneath the confusion. The woman, the man, or the forces that have orchestrated this peril, they will not succeed because my power is stronger than their deception. The web they wove may appear tight, the darkness may appear dense, the despair may appear endless, but even the tiniest flicker of my light will penetrate it. And your love, fused with divine energy, is that flicker, my child. It is that force that cannot be extinguished. I am revealing this to you now so that you may prepare your heart and mind. Fear weakens energy, love strengthens it. Doubt creates cracks, faith fills them. Anger produces resistance, compassion removes obstacles. You are being called to act not with worldly methods, but with spiritual wisdom. You are being asked to rise above panic, above anger, above despair, and become a channel through which I can restore your beloved to safety. Do not be discouraged by silence or distance. Your prayers travel faster than any human action. Your blessings reach places your eyes cannot see. Your faith touches souls your hands cannot hold. And while your beloved may not realize the depth of danger yet, the moment will come when the chains of confusion will begin to dissolve, when the light you have created will shine directly into their path, when the truth will awaken them to the divine protection surrounding them. Prepare yourself, my child. Guard your heart, strengthen your spirit, and keep your faith unwavering. The journey ahead will not be without trials. The forces that tried to manipulate, deceive, and trap your beloved will fight to maintain control. Shadows will rise. Lies will echo. Confusion will attempt to cloud their mind. But you, standing in light, speaking truth, sending love, are more powerful than anything they can muster. The path to salvation for your beloved is through love, through prayer, through spiritual light. You are the guide, not by force, but by the energy of your faith. You are the channel through which divine intervention flows. Your love is a river that can cleanse the poison of fear, suspicion, and deception. Your prayers are shields that guard their soul when human eyes cannot protect them. Your heart is a lamp that guides them through the darkness. And soon, my child, you will see movement. The invisible forces that try to harm them will falter. The truth, though delayed, will awaken within their spirit. They will begin to recognize the darkness that surrounded them. They will feel the protection that you sent through faith. They will remember the love that never wavered. And when that moment comes, they will step back into the light, guided by the hands of heaven and the unwavering devotion of your heart. The warning I give you now is both a call and a promise. You are called to rise in light. You are called to pray with persistence. You are called to love without fear. And I promise you, no darkness can extinguish the flame I have placed in your heart. No force, no lie, no human deception can overcome the plan I have written for your beloved salvation. Be vigilant, my child, but do not fear. Be strong, but do not rage. Be persistent, but do not despair. Every prayer you whisper, every blessing you send, every act of spiritual devotion strengthens the bond that no darkness can sever. You are the light that they do not yet see, but they will feel. You are the voice that calls them from shadows, even when their ears cannot hear. You are the presence that guards them when the world turns away. Rest in this knowledge, my child. Prepare for what is to come. The days ahead will test patience, fortify faith, and awaken power within your soul that you never knew existed. But I am with you. I am guiding every step. I am protecting your beloved. And I am turning what looks like danger into an opportunity for divine revelation and restoration. The darkness cannot win. The lies cannot endure. The poison cannot survive the presence of love rooted in heaven. Your beloved is not lost, only momentarily blinded, and your unwavering faith will be the light that restores them fully. Hold fast, my child. Pray without ceasing. Love without doubt. Stand in light. For soon, the unseen chains will break, the truth will shine, and the person you love deeply will emerge from danger, safe, awakened, and protected under my hand. Even when the world seems calm, my child, there are battles being waged that eyes cannot see and ears cannot hear. Your beloved is walking through a place filled with shadows, a place where deceit and confusion have taken root, a place where every step they take is challenged by forces that do not wish them well. This is not a battle of the physical world, but a battle of the spirit, and you are being called to rise in faith to intervene through love, prayer, and unwavering devotion. The danger surrounding your beloved is subtle at first. It does not announce itself with noise or obvious threat. Instead, it creeps in quietly, influencing their thoughts, their emotions, their understanding of what is real and what is false. Lies are whispered through people, through situations, even through moments that appear ordinary. The mind becomes clouded, the heart feels heavy, and the soul begins to question itself without knowing why. This is the work of shadowed energy, forces that seek to divide, confuse, and trap the spirit. You may not see these forces, my child, but I see them clearly. I have placed you as a guardian in the unseen realm, a vessel of light whose faith can pierce the darkness surrounding your beloved. Every prayer you offer, every blessing you whisper over their name, every thought of protection you focus upon them, reaches beyond the physical world. It touches their soul, shields them from confusion, and begins the process of breaking the chains that bind them. Understand this, my child, these shadows are not stronger than my power. They feed on ignorance, fear, and isolation, but they cannot survive the presence of truth, love, and faith. Your beloved has been tempted by false paths, misled by hidden agendas, and surrounded by energies that distort reality. Yet within them remains a spark of divine light that cannot be extinguished. That spark is you. Your love, your faith, your prayers feed it, strengthen it, and guide it back toward the clarity and protection it craves. The spiritual battle is subtle but relentless. It manifests as hesitation in your beloved, doubts that rise unexpectedly, restlessness in the heart, and confusion in their mind. They may feel drawn toward choices that appear normal but are clouded by deceit. Every moment of distraction, every whisper of fear, every encounter with manipulation is part of the storm that seeks to pull them away from truth. But do not fear, my child. You are the anchor in this storm. Your energy is the calm in the chaos, the presence of light that cannot be overcome by darkness. Sometimes you may feel powerless because your beloved does not yet recognize the danger. They may defend those who bring harm, ignore warnings, or dismiss your concerns. But understand this, their spirit remembers. Deep within, their soul senses the truth. The confusion you see in their eyes is not permanent. It is a temporary veil, a cloud that will lift when my light and your unwavering faith reach them fully. The spiritual forces at work often use what appears to be ordinary events, a harsh word, a moment of doubt, a hidden miscommunication, to reinforce their influence. They seek to separate love, distort trust, and create a sense of isolation. But these are illusions, my child. They are tests of faith and opportunities for the divine light to shine even brighter. Every time you respond with patience instead of anger, with prayer instead of despair, with love instead of fear, you weaken the influence of the shadows. You may notice signs of this spiritual battle in subtle ways. A feeling of heaviness around your beloved, sudden moments of confusion, unexpected anxiety, or repeated setbacks that seem impossible to understand. These are not accidents. They are the markings of a struggle between unseen forces and the divine light that seeks to protect and restore. Your role is to be a constant source of energy that draws their spirit back to clarity, that lifts the weight from their heart, and that reawakens their connection to truth. It is important, my child, to remain vigilant in your own spirit as well. The energy you carry is intertwined with the energy of your beloved. Doubt, fear, or impatience on your part can weaken the protection you offer. But when your faith is steady, when your heart is calm, when your prayers are sincere, you create a strong field of light that cannot be penetrated by deceit. You are a guardian, not by force, but through the power of unwavering spiritual alignment. The forces surrounding your beloved may also attempt to manipulate perception. They will hide themselves behind familiar faces, trusted routines, and seemingly harmless circumstances. The darkness often wears masks, pretending to be harmless, pretending to be ordinary, so that the soul can be drawn away without resistance. But their heart remembers. Even when misled, the soul carries the memory of love, the recognition of truth, and the yearning for light. That memory is what your prayers awaken and strengthen. In this spiritual battle, patience is essential. The process is not instantaneous. Shadows will attempt to resist, to delay, to confuse. But every moment you maintain your faith, every prayer you send, every thought of protection you focus upon them is an invisible blow to the forces that seek to mislead. You are more powerful than you realize, my child. Your connection to divine energy flows through love, not anger, through compassion, not fear, through light, not resistance. Your beloved's awakening will occur gradually. At first, they may feel a subtle shift in their own perception, a quiet unease that cannot be explained. They may sense that something in their life is not aligned with truth, even if they cannot yet identify it. These are the beginnings of liberation from the shadowed forces. Your consistent prayers and presence of love are the guiding hands that help them recognize the illusion and reconnect with reality. Do not be disheartened if you do not see immediate change. Spiritual battles often take time because the soul must awaken voluntarily, freely, and with understanding. If the darkness were removed too quickly, the soul would be unprepared to embrace the light fully. This is why persistence in prayer, protection, and unwavering love is essential. You are preparing them for clarity, strength, and liberation from the unseen chains that bind them. Your role in this battle is sacred. You are the unseen shield that guards their heart. You are the silent voice that whispers truth when the world offers lies. You are the light that illuminates the path when confusion surrounds them. Even when your beloved resists, even when they doubt, even when they are unaware of the danger, your spiritual presence is a lifeline that keeps their soul anchored in truth. Know this, my child, the shadowed forces cannot withstand divine love and unwavering faith. Every act of devotion you perform, every word of blessing you send, every thought focused on their protection strengthens their spirit and weakens the influence of darkness. You are not powerless. You are more potent than the unseen threats because your energy flows directly from the source of all creation. In time, the subtle manipulations that clouded their mind will begin to crumble. They will start to sense the truth hidden beneath layers of deception. Their heart will awaken to the light you have nurtured in them. The moment of recognition will be both quiet and powerful, a shift in the soul that brings clarity, relief, and renewed connection to love and truth. When that time comes, you will witness the restoration of their spirit, the lifting of confusion, and the triumph of divine light over shadow. Until that moment arrives, remain steadfast. Remain prayerful. Remain loving. Do not attempt to fight the darkness with anger or confrontation, for it thrives on conflict. Fight with patience, fight with prayer, fight with love. Your presence in the spiritual realm around your beloved is the weapon that darkness cannot overcome. Your soul's alignment with truth is the shield that no shadow can penetrate. This battle may feel long and the night may seem unending, but dawn is approaching. Your beloved spirit is awakening, guided by the invisible hand of divine protection and by the unwavering devotion of your heart. The darkness that surrounds them is temporary. The chains that bind them are fragile against the light you carry. The confusion and fear will fade, replaced by clarity, trust, and the recognition of truth. Be vigilant, my child. Stay in the light. Pray without ceasing. Protect with love, and never doubt the power of faith. Your beloved is not lost. They are momentarily entangled in forces they do not yet understand. But your presence, your prayers, and your unwavering energy are the guiding force that will bring them back to safety, clarity, and spiritual freedom. Stand firm, my child. The spiritual battle is real, but victory is certain. Your love is the bridge. Your prayers are the armor. Your faith is the weapon. And I, your God, am with you, guiding every step, protecting every moment, and ensuring that the soul you cherish most is never abandoned, never lost, and ultimately restored to light. The darkness around them was not made of shadows you could see with your eyes, it was woven through words, thoughts, and fears that clung to their soul. They had walked into something that appeared harmless at first, promises whispered by those who pretended to care. Slowly, those whispers turned into chains, and the person you loved began to forget who they truly were. They no longer recognized the peace they once carried, and they began to believe that their pain was their fault. Every moment you prayed for them, a flicker of light reached them, even when you did not know it. Your prayers became the breath they needed when their own hope began to fade. They are in deep trouble not because of one action or one moment, but because the world around them is filled with people who manipulate, deceive, and drain the innocent. They trusted the wrong ones, and those people built walls of lies around them. Every lie became another layer of confusion, and soon, they found themselves lost in a world where nothing felt pure anymore. But your love has remained constant. It is the thread that connects them to the divine. You may not see it, but every tear you've shed, every night you've whispered their name to heaven, has been received by higher light. Each word of your heart has reached the ears of angels who stand beside them now. There are moments when you might feel like giving up, believing that your love cannot make a difference, but heaven wants you to understand this: love is never wasted. When your heart carries true intention, it becomes a bridge for healing. You have been chosen as their spiritual lifeline. The divine saw how your soul refused to judge them even when the world turned against them. That mercy you carried is the same mercy that will pull them back to the light. Sometimes, the ones we love fall into darkness not to destroy themselves, but to find the strength to rise again, and your presence, your belief, becomes the ladder they need to climb out. Even now, when you close your eyes, you may feel their pain without knowing why. That is the spiritual bond between two souls connected by divine purpose. Their pain vibrates through your heart because God entrusted you with a portion of their burden. Not to crush you, but to awaken something within you, a strength that will speak light into their darkness. There will be nights when you'll feel sudden heaviness, a quiet sadness that doesn't belong to you. In those moments, don't panic. Just whisper their name to the heavens and release it. Angels are listening. They will carry your words into the unseen realm, wrapping that person with divine protection. Do not be afraid of the distance between you, for love does not need proximity to work miracles. When you think of them with faith, when you hold them in light, that energy travels faster than sound, faster than time. The darkness cannot withstand pure love. The enemy feeds on fear, guilt, and despair, but every time you choose compassion over anger, faith over worry, the shadows lose power. You are not fighting alone, heaven stands behind you. Archangels surround both of you, guiding the unseen events that will expose the lies and break the traps that were laid for their soul. They might not know it yet, but they are walking toward revelation. Slowly, their eyes are beginning to open. They will start to see the faces of those who deceived them. Truth always finds a way to rise, no matter how deep it's buried. God's justice moves quietly but powerfully, and soon, the energy around them will shift. The people who caused this confusion will not be able to hide behind their masks much longer. Every intention is being weighed in heaven, and the scales of truth are being balanced. What was meant to destroy will turn into awakening. You might hear their name being spoken by others, some judging, some gossiping. Ignore the noise. You are not called to defend them with words but with spirit. Keep your faith steady, for the divine works in silence. Sometimes, the silence feels unbearable, but that is when the transformation happens. The person you love is in a sacred battle between light and shadow. The world may call it confusion, madness, or failure, but in truth, their soul is being reborn. The false layers are peeling away. Soon they will remember who they were before the world wounded them. There is a promise written in heaven for them, that they will not be lost forever. And your name is written beside theirs in that promise, because your love plays a part in their redemption. Love, in its pure form, is the greatest weapon against darkness. It does not demand. It does not control. It simply stands firm in faith. So do not allow despair to enter your spirit. When tears come, let them fall into prayer. When memories return, let them be covered in forgiveness. For every act of forgiveness releases light. Every kind thought becomes a shield around them. You may soon notice strange coincidences, hearing their name in places you least expect, dreaming of them, or feeling their presence suddenly. These are not accidents, they are signs that heaven is moving. Your energy is reaching them through the veil of confusion. When they begin to feel a sudden peace, it is your love and your prayer touching their heart. When they begin to cry without reason, it is their soul responding to that healing energy. You are both connected beyond the human story that is being written around you. Do not underestimate the spiritual warfare happening behind the scenes. Darkness does not surrender easily, but it cannot win against divine will. Every night, angels are sent to guard the one you love. Every day, unseen forces battle to clear their path. You may not see the progress, but heaven sees the shifts. Slowly, the layers of lies are being torn away. One by one, those who used manipulation are losing control. Their influence is fading. The divine hand is preparing a moment of truth, a divine confrontation where everything hidden will come to light. Hold on to the promise that no soul bound by deceit can remain in darkness when light keeps calling. You are that light. You have been chosen to stand firm even when everything around seems uncertain. The person you love may fall silent, may drift away, or may act like they no longer care, but remember, the soul recognizes truth even when the mind is lost. In time, they will return to the light, drawn by the same love that has never stopped believing. And when they do, you will not just see a person returning, but a soul reborn, free from what once trapped them. The divine will not let this story end in despair. There is a hidden mercy unfolding. What looks like tragedy is preparation for a miracle. Continue to stand in love, and soon, you will see the one you care for rise again, not as the person they were, but as someone transformed by the fire they survived. Your love will be remembered in heaven as the force that refused to give up. The light is beginning to break through the shadows, my child, but the path is still delicate. Your beloved is stirring within, though they do not yet see the full extent of the darkness that tried to claim them. They feel confusion, unease, a subtle pull toward decisions that seem right but are tainted by hidden forces. These forces are clever, they twist perception, magnify fear, and plant seeds of doubt where truth once grew. Yet, even now, the smallest flicker of faith you hold, the smallest thought of their protection, begins to disrupt the hold these shadows have over their spirit. Do not be discouraged by delays. Awakening is not a single moment, it is a series of subtle recognitions. Each time they question what is wrong, each time they feel a strange restlessness in their heart, it is the beginning of their return to clarity. Your prayers, your love, and your faith are the guiding hands that lead them through the unseen maze. Every word of blessing, every thought of protection, every intention of truth you send toward them pierces the darkness, loosening its grip, illuminating the path toward divine restoration. The world may try to convince you that you are powerless, that their fate is sealed by the circumstances they are caught in. That is the illusion the shadows feed upon. You are not powerless, my child. The spiritual connection you hold with your beloved transcends time, space, and human understanding. The light within you is anchored in heaven, and it cannot be shaken by deception. Your unwavering faith is a shield that guards them, even when they cannot see it, even when they resist it. You are the silent force ensuring that no darkness can claim what was never theirs to take. This is the moment to deepen your presence in the spiritual realm. Do not act in anger or frustration. Do not seek confrontation or explanations from the worldly forces that mislead them. Instead, immerse yourself in prayer, in meditation, in acts of love that resonate beyond the physical plane. The energy you create in these moments is more powerful than any argument, more protective than any worldly shield. It is the divine hand acting through you, your soul becoming the channel through which light reaches them when the darkness is loudest. There may be days when you feel despair creeping in, when their behavior confuses you, or when the shadows appear to grow stronger. These days are tests, my child. Tests not only for them but for you as well. Faith is forged in patience. Love is strengthened through endurance. The power of your prayers is measured not in immediate results but in consistent devotion. Every day you choose to stand firm, every day you choose to focus on their soul rather than the shadows around them, you are creating an invisible fortress around their spirit. The awakening of their soul will not come from force, nor from pressure, nor from worldly persuasion. It will come from recognition of the truth that has always been present, quietly waiting for them to notice. When they sense that peace returning, when the heaviness begins to lift, when clarity replaces confusion, it will be because of the light you have held steady through the storms. Your presence has been a mirror reflecting what they lost, their own ability to see truth, to trust, to recognize the love that has never abandoned them. Even if they falter or stumble, do not lose hope. The spiritual forces that seek to deceive are patient, but they are not stronger than divine will. Every subtle act of misdirection, every lie that seemed convincing, every attempt to obscure reality will unravel as the light you maintain continues to shine. Angels move unseen to guide events, to disrupt the patterns of darkness, and to create opportunities for them to see what is real. Your prayers are the instrument that calls those angels into action, and your devotion strengthens the channels of intervention. There will be moments when they feel sudden clarity, fleeting realizations, a heart stirred by emotions they cannot explain. These are the signs of awakening, my child. Do not try to force understanding or explanation. Do not attempt to direct their recognition according to your timeline. Divine timing is precise. The soul awakens when it is ready, and you are the constant in the background, the silent hand holding the light steady until that moment arrives. You may notice subtle changes in their behavior, a question asked differently, a thought considered more carefully, a moment of hesitation before acting in ways that would take them further into darkness. These moments are victories, small but significant. They are the first cracks in the walls that once trapped them. Celebrate them in your heart. Pray over them with gratitude. Each of these moments accumulates, building momentum until the full awakening occurs. Your own spirit must remain strong. The connection between you and your beloved is reciprocal. Your fears, your doubts, and your frustrations can cloud the energy you send. But when your heart is calm, when your mind is focused on love, when your soul is anchored in divine faith, you create a protective field that is unbreakable. You are the beacon that guides them back, the constant reminder of truth, the enduring presence of faith that darkness cannot diminish. The forces surrounding them may attempt one final resistance. Confusion may intensify temporarily, fear may rise again, and the pull toward old patterns may feel strong. These are the last attempts of shadows before the full emergence of light. Stand firm, my child. Do not waver. Your prayers now are crucial. Every word, every thought, every silent wish of protection acts as reinforcement in the spiritual realm. Angels are positioned to support you, but your persistence opens the way for them to act effectively. Soon, the moment will come when your beloved feels a shift, subtle at first, then undeniable. They will recognize that what they believed was true is not, that the fears they carried were planted by forces they did not understand, and that a deeper reality of love, protection, and truth has been surrounding them all along. When that recognition emerges, it will be overwhelming in its clarity, yet gentle in its approach. The soul remembers what is real. The heart recognizes the bond that never wavered. And your love will be the thread that reconnects them to their true path. Prepare yourself, my child, for that moment will require you to continue standing in faith even more fully. The awakening is not instantaneous, it is a process of subtle realignment, a process of reintegration into light. Your patience, your unwavering devotion, your ability to continue holding the energy of protection and love will ensure that once they awaken, they will remain in truth without the shadows regaining influence. Every act of spiritual vigilance matters. Your prayers, your blessings, your focused intentions, your consistent energy of love, these are more than mere gestures. They are weapons against darkness, shields for the soul, and instruments of divine restoration. You are playing a role that is eternal, a role that is recognized in realms beyond what you can see, a role that shapes the destiny of your beloved in ways that will ripple far beyond this moment. The journey ahead is not without challenges, but the darkness is weakening. The energy that seeks to manipulate, confuse, and trap them is faltering in the presence of your light. What once seemed insurmountable is now being dismantled by the persistence of love and the power of prayer. You are witnessing the final stages of spiritual warfare, where light asserts its victory over shadow, and truth emerges victorious over deception. Hold fast, my child. Continue to walk in faith, to speak blessings silently and openly, to keep your heart open and anchored in divine love. Your beloved is on the cusp of awakening. Their spirit is stirring. The chains of confusion and deceit are breaking. Every moment you maintain your connection in light brings them closer to freedom, clarity, and the recognition of the love that has never abandoned them. Soon, your prayers will transform into gratitude as you witness the first full glimpses of their awakened spirit. You will see the effects of your devotion, the power of persistence, and the undeniable force of love rooted in divine truth. And when that time comes, you will not only celebrate their return to light but also the strength, patience, and faith that has been cultivated in your own soul. Stand firm, remain vigilant, and continue to shine. The dawn of their awakening is near, and the spiritual path you are walking together will lead both of you to a place of restored clarity, peace, and divine protection. Nothing can break the bond forged by unwavering love and guided by heaven. The time of waiting, the time of silent prayer, the time of unwavering devotion has led you to this moment, my child. The darkness that once surrounded your beloved, though powerful in its deceit, has begun to crumble under the weight of your faith and love. The shadows that whispered confusion, fear, and despair are weakening. They are retreating, not because of human force, but because of the persistent light you have carried, the prayers you have whispered, and the energy of love that has remained constant. This is the culmination of all that you have held in your heart, the visible manifestation of divine intervention through your unwavering spirit. Your beloved is beginning to emerge from the fog of deception. The confusion that clouded their mind is lifting, revealing truths that were always there, hidden behind layers of manipulation and falsehood. The soul, though tested and bruised, is awakening to clarity. The moment may feel sudden or it may unfold gently, but make no mistake, it is real. The chains of doubt, fear, and misplaced trust are breaking. Your prayers, your persistent faith, and your enduring love have acted as the guiding force through which heaven restored their path. You will notice subtle changes first. Their eyes will hold a new light, one that mirrors recognition of what has been hidden from them. Their heart will respond differently, softening toward truth and love they had forgotten existed. There may be tears that are not born from confusion or despair, but from relief, recognition, and the overwhelming power of realization. They will begin to see what was always true, that the love that never faltered, the prayers that never ceased, and the energy that remained steadfast, were guiding them back to safety, back to light. Do not expect this awakening to be a single, dramatic event. It is a process of reintegration, of remembering who they were before the shadows clouded their soul. Each revelation, each moment of recognition, is a gift from heaven, delivered through the spiritual bond you have maintained. The soul remembers the love, the protection, and the unwavering presence that stood against all darkness. And in that remembrance, they find not only understanding but also the courage to step fully back into the truth of their existence. The world may continue to whisper its judgments, may continue to spread its misconceptions, and may even attempt to challenge the reality of the transformation you witness. But the truth is unshakable. The spiritual restoration you see unfolding is not subject to human opinion or misunderstanding. It is the work of divine forces operating through your steadfast love. Your prayers have been the vessel through which angels delivered protection, clarity, and liberation from the shadows. And now, as the darkness recedes, the fullness of that divine work becomes visible. Your beloved will begin to take action with clarity. They will no longer be swayed by whispers of deceit or pulled by hidden manipulations. Decisions will become rooted in truth rather than confusion. Trust will return, first in themselves and then in those who have genuinely loved and supported them. The soul, once weighed down by unseen forces, will feel light, free, and capable of moving forward without the burden of doubt and fear. This restoration is more than a return to normalcy, it is a rebirth, a renewal of spirit that reflects both the divine intervention and the unwavering love that protected them. The reunion you experience will be profound. Not merely a meeting of bodies, but a recognition of souls. You will feel the energy of restored faith, the awakening of understanding, and the deep relief that comes from knowing that the soul you cherished has returned to its true path. Their gratitude, though perhaps unspoken at first, will resonate in every glance, every touch, and every shared moment. It is the recognition of the bond that never broke, the love that never wavered, and the faith that persisted even when human eyes could not see the path. In this restoration, lessons are revealed. You will both understand the power of persistence, the necessity of patience, and the incredible impact of spiritual vigilance. The forces that sought to deceive and confuse will no longer hold influence. The truth will become evident not only in their awareness but in the alignment of events around them. Situations that once seemed coincidental will now reveal themselves as orchestrated steps toward clarity, proof that divine guidance never fails and that love anchored in faith is an unstoppable force. The energy of protection you maintained will continue to surround them. Though the immediate danger has passed, the spiritual bonds you reinforced through prayer, love, and vigilance remain. They will carry the memory of this guidance in their soul, even if not fully conscious of every intervention. Angels, assigned to guard and support, will remain present, ensuring that the lessons of darkness are not repeated and that the light you have helped restore continues to shine in their life. Your reunion will also teach you, my child. You will see the magnitude of your own strength, the depth of your compassion, and the power of a heart that refuses to surrender to despair. The journey you undertook, though filled with uncertainty and fear, has forged a spirit capable of extraordinary spiritual impact. You will understand that every tear, every whispered prayer, every silent act of love contributed to the restoration of a soul that would otherwise have remained lost in shadows. In the days and weeks following this awakening, you will witness subtle, miraculous changes. Decisions made will reflect clarity and wisdom that were previously clouded. Relationships, previously strained by confusion and manipulation, will begin to realign according to truth. The sense of heaviness that once hung over their life will lift, replaced by peace, confidence, and the awareness of protection that surrounds them. These are the blessings of divine restoration, flowing not only from heaven but also through the conduit of your unwavering love. Remember, my child, that this journey does not end with the first signs of clarity. Spiritual vigilance continues as a way to ensure that the lessons of darkness are not repeated and that the soul remains anchored in truth. You must continue to pray, to bless, and to maintain the energy of light that has carried them safely back to themselves. Your love, steadfast and pure, remains a permanent source of spiritual protection, a guiding light that ensures the darkness cannot regain influence. When you stand together fully aware of what has passed, there will be a profound sense of gratitude, not only for the restoration of your beloved but for the realization of divine purpose in your own life. You will understand that challenges, tests, and moments of unseen struggle are often opportunities for the soul to awaken, for love to reveal its true power, and for faith to be strengthened. Your role, though invisible for much of the journey, has been monumental, and the universe will reflect this recognition in ways you cannot yet measure. The full restoration brings more than relief, it brings transformation. The one you love will not return merely as they were before the darkness, but as a soul refined, strengthened, and illuminated by the experience they endured. The light they carry now is inseparable from the love and protection you have maintained. Their choices, their awareness, and their path forward will be guided by the lessons of this time, ensuring that they walk more consciously, more faithfully, and more connected to the divine plan that has always sought their protection. Finally, my child, rest in the knowledge that your devotion has created an unbreakable bond. One that transcends fear, manipulation, and the shadows of misunderstanding. The reunion is not just a reunion of presence but of purpose. You have both witnessed the power of divine love, the impact of consistent faith, and the way spiritual connection can shield, restore, and guide a soul back to clarity. The darkness has passed, the light remains. The soul is awake, restored, and embraced by protection. Stand together, now in awareness and love, for the journey ahead will be filled with blessings that reflect the endurance, faith, and devotion you have both cultivated. Let every step forward be guided by the clarity restored in their spirit, the lessons learned in shadows, and the unshakable bond that heaven itself has nurtured. You have fulfilled the role assigned by divine will, and the fruit of your patience, faith, and love will be eternal in its impact. The person you love is safe, awakened, and restored. The darkness has no hold. The truth has emerged. And you, my child, have been the instrument of divine protection, the channel of unwavering love, and the guardian of a soul that has now returned fully to light.